Where are the cups?
Get back there. We're back there.
Oh, I got the cups. We have to, on this part, folks, welcome to New Yorkers, we have a very, no, the cups are gone. Somebody, well, the whole thing is dead. We haven't got the props, but anyways, we have Anthony
Fiamma.
Fiamma. Oh, there's
Yes.
an A there. Oh, okay, I'm sorry about that. And he peddles wines, one
That's
way or
right.
the other.
Yes.
How long you been doing this?
I've been in the business about 4 years, but it's been my
years.
hobby for about 15 years.
Excuse me.
Thank you for the cups, Bucky.
You're welcome.
Grazie.
Note that this is a real class show. We're going to have paper cups tonight.
This is it. It's got grapes on the cups,
It's got
too.
grapes.
That's
Oh,
even great.
Martha Stewart would be proud of us. All right. So you go, what, to restaurants, to supermarkets? What do you do? How do you peddle wine?
Basically, I sell wine in restaurants. We sell wine to fine wine shops. We help design wine list, menus.
Oh, really?
We do event planning. We set up wine dinners, wine and cheese parties.
Then what do you sell by the case or something, or what?
I don't sell wine to the public. I sell wine strictly to the restaurants or to wine shops. If somebody wanted wine, for example, I would send them to one of my accounts.
Okay. All right. So how did you get involved with wines originally?
I just started off as a hobby. I grew up in very European-style neighborhoods. When I was a kid, I grew up in a Portuguese neighborhood where everybody made their own wine.
Where was this Portuguese neighborhood?
I was actually in Mineola, Long Island.
Portuguese? Really?
It's has a large Portuguese population. And then also I moved to Glen Cove, Long Island, which is a lot of Italians who still make their own wine.
Right.
So I've always been around that culture. I find it fascinating.
Is there any wine growing in Long Island at all?
There's a lot of great wines coming out of Long Island now.
How many wineries are out there?
I couldn't give you the exact number, but I would say that well over, I would say close to 30 plus.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything good out of there?
Some amazing wines are starting to be produced out of there.
What makes a good tasting wine?
Well, taste is an opinion.
Correct.
So you can't, you know, that's the quality. Quality you can't argue. If somebody takes the best grape, the best barrel, the best winemaker, puts love in the process of making it, that's the only thing that you can really you can control. As far as the taste, I can give you the best quality, most expensive wine in the world, and you can hate it.
Really?
And that's just it.
Okay, now of course you brought Italian, you brought California and Spain.
Yeah, I brought.
What happened to the French?
Well, we don't. Well, personally, I don't sell French wine. Not that there's anything wrong with French wine, but I specialize mostly in Italian wines. Also, this is one of my bosses owns this winery, Prospero, which is in California. And
what city is that located?
It's in Madeira. That's where the winery is. But he's basically a quality fruit buyer. He buys the best grapes from Sonoma, Napa, Paso Robles, California.
And then he packages it in his own name.
Yeah.
And how many bottles does he make a year of this stuff?
Very limited production. This for a consumer is one of those amazing values because, like I tell everybody, his main business is not to sell wine. He's in other businesses. This is something that's part of his culture that he's proud of, and he wants to make the best bottle of wine where the consumer makes out.
Okay. Now, the name of the product is called
Prospero.
And that means?
Prospero means prosperous in Italian, really.
It is available in retail here in New York?
Retail and certain. There's only about 1,200 cases of each varietal made.
And how much is a case?
A case, well, you'd probably find this retail anywhere between $12 and $15
per bottle.
Per bottle in a retail store. In a restaurant,
okay.
Obviously, it's going to be more of a markup.
Now, the guy next door here is from?
Well, this is what they call a Rosso di Montalcino. That's from Tuscany, Italy. That is a Sangiovese grape. You know, what the Italians do and the Spanish do a lot of times, and they get confusing with the labels, is that they don't name anything basically only after the grape varietal, like Cabernet or Merlot that we do here.
Yeah.
They want to make their town or their region popular. So Montalcino is basically the region. Rosso is the grape, which is which is one of the names for Sangiovese in Tuscany. So Rosso of Montalcino, if you broke it down.
Okay, and you brought this here because?
Well, this is known as what they call a baby Brunello. The father of this wine would be Brunello da Montalcino. That is one of the top wines of all of Italy, if not one of the world.
Really?
And it's a Sangiovese grape that's supposed to be one of the best Sangiovese grapes made, aged in a barrel. They call this the baby version because it's usually the second crop of the grapes, and it's not aged as long in the barrel.
And how much a bottle for that?
That can retail in the 20s, for that.
All right, and then the last guy here from Spain, it's called?
Well, Spain is now one of the hidden secrets in the wine business. They're making some of the best quality wines for the price, and they are just phenomenal. The name of the grape on here is Tempranillo. It's an amazing medium body styled wine, and what the Spanish do is they call it Rioja, which is the region. So when someone says Rioja, it's not that, that's not the grape, but the Rioja is the region.
You want to hold up each individual bottle?
Yeah, we will.
Sure.
I just want to go down the lineup right now. Now, the thing is that, now this goes for how much a bottle?
That would probably go for about 17 to 20.
So they're all medium price bottles?
Yes.
Then. All right. So if I went to a restaurant, what kind of foods would I mix with that? Steaks?
Well, these you can go everything with anything grilled, any kind of sauces. My rule with wine basically is I tell everybody, drink what you like. There is certain rules that you can follow if you want, but really make yourself happy. I mean, I wouldn't recommend this with a tofu tofu salad.
I understand that. I mean, the type of restaurants you would think. I'm always look at the kind of a menu that would go with it. The only problem with it when you start following like a name like this, and then it's gone out of the season, it's gone. Then how do you replace it?
No, you're going to have this every year. There's going to be a new vintage, so you might run out of the vintage that you like.
Yeah, but I may clean out the case in a month. Then what happens?
You buy another case.
You sure it's available?
Well, if you like something, it's like anything else. I mean, if you really like it after the first bottle, buy a couple of cases.
How can you have a loyalty to a wine, or you just bounce from one wine to the other?
A good producer you can have a loyalty to. You just have to know it's not going to last forever.
Will people go to a defined restaurant to get a defined wine? Have you known that?
Will they go to a fine restaurant?
In other words, let's say this restaurant only has this brand, okay? Would they say, oh, I know I want to get my...
Probably not. Some restaurants will be noted for their wine list. If you went to some of the restaurants in New York City, there's one on West 20th, Aleo. I believe he's one of your guests, actually also. Yeah. He would get a reputation for his wine list. Otto, which is one of Mario Batali's restaurants, phenomenal. Yeah. People are going to go because they know that they're going to get a great bottle. Even if you ordered a bottle of wine for $28, you know it's going to be great because they have people that are paying attention. So certain restaurants are going to get a reputation for it, but most people are going to go for the whole experience of dining. They're going to go for the quality of everything.
It's not a deal like you're going in for,
Right. You're going to go to they're going to go more to a good retail store to find something that they can't get. If they trust their retailer, or certain retail stores can get things that other guys can't. So that's,
Okay. So you haul this stuff around the city all day long?
Yes,
How do you prevent yourself from getting tipsy?
Well, I don't drink it all day. I mean, I drink, I don't...
We just want to make sure that point was put across. All right, now when we taste these, now what do you should look for in taste?
Well, what I tell everybody is your palate is the boss. You tell me. There's no wrong answer in tasting wine. I mean, you can tell me it tastes great. You can tell me it tastes bad. It's not, we can have 5 people taste it, 4 can love it, 1 could hate it. It's not about what I tell you, you tell me.
Okay, which one did the pick, now knowing me, not knowing about
why don't we start with the Spanish? The Spanish is a nice medium body style, and I'm going to pour this for you.
All right. I'm going to need a lot of cups here. Oh boy, you're out begging. Look at this, he's begging.
You try some of that.
Stand off the camera, otherwise you got to paint it.
Now what you're drinking is the Rioja,
wow,
the Tempranillo grape.
Wow.
And also, just to point out something, this is called crianza. What that basically means is, it's a Rioja region, but crianza just means it's aged a little bit longer in the barrel.
It's like a jet fuel taste.
Okay.
I mean, because it's very quick, like on your...
I always tell everybody to judge a wine. My real answer is, I say go home and finish a whole glass of the wine and then judge it.
Yeah.
When it coats your palate and it really, because